Now, in case you were not aware, I don't believe that this rated R Venom movie is going to have Flash Thompson in it. And I think it's going to be rated R. If you want to know why, you can check the description for my last 2 videos in which I talk about this. But now we're going to talk about the story for this rated R Eddie Brock movie. Let's go. The first thing this movie would need to establish is why Venom is the main character, and the way that I do this, or I think that they should do it, is by showing that Venom is physically superior to Spider-Man. Number 1 being the first thing, Venom is better than Spider-Man because he's stronger. Start the movie off with a fight between him and Spider-Man. This fight should be brutal, it should be rated R, it should immediately let the audience know that you ain't watching what you've been watching for the past 15 years. I have a long Spider-Man been in the movies. You ain't watching that. This is different. Venom would be angry and he would be fighting Spider-Man. The fight would go into Venom's favor. He would be pounding the mess out of Spider-Man, and Black Cat ends up having to intervene. Black Cat will be in this film as well. This would borrow elements from the Maximum Carnage storyline by way of having other characters in this film, not just Spider-Man. But it would be also taking elements from the first time we saw Carnage in the comics as well. And it would also be taking elements from Venom comics, because this is not Spider-Man's story. Anyway, Black Cat would get involved. She would help Spider-Man defeat Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock would be separated from the symbiote. Eddie Brock would then be taken to Rikers Island, in which he first meets Cletus Cassidy, his cellmate. Cletus Cassidy would be this crazy, deranged person. He is insane and was a serial killer, a very big serial killer known as Carnage. The symbiote comes to break out Eddie Brock, but it separates and gets on Eddie Brock and bonds with Cletus Cassidy's bloodstream. Now it will bond with his bloodstream probably by Cletus Cassidy doing something crazy when he's slamming his head against the wall or something, or maybe he tries to fight Eddie Brock and Eddie Brock, like throws him into the wall or something. I don't know, but he's bleeding and the symbiote would get in his bloodstream and would really bond with him, and then Eddie Brock would break out of prison with the Venom symbiote, not knowing that Carnage has been created by the symbiote getting onto Cletus Cassidy, and later on, Cletus Cassidy would then leave as Carnage. So I think of this movie like kind of a werewolf story. This is about a man that becomes this monster, and it would kind of be a story of addiction as well, because he doesn't necessarily want to be this monster. Eddie Brock, at the end of the day, wanted to be happy. He wanted to have a wife. He wanted to have children. And he feels like Peter Parker, Spider-Man, is the reason why he's not where he needs to be. The film would also show the backstory behind why he does not like Spider-Man so much, the things Spider-Man has done to him. And that would really emphasize the reason for Eddie Brock not liking Spider-Man. But I think once Eddie Brock gets out of prison, he would want to try to live a normal life. With him being in prison, with him dealing with all of these things, he wants to live a normal life, but he is addicted to being this monster. The symbiote calls his name every day saying, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to kill the spider, you need to do this, and Eddie Brock just battles this. So I think Eddie Brock would then try to become a hero, and he wouldn't like say, I'm going to be a hero. It'd be more so like one day he's trying to walk down the street and he sees somebody getting mugged. He becomes Venom. He destroys that person by killing them. Yes, he would kill the person trying to mug whomever as this big hulking monster, and then would go away and feel good knowing that he did something good and also pleasing this addiction. So he would kind of, in a sense, be a lethal protector. See what I did there? So as things begin to turn for Venom, he begins getting a life, he begins saving people, maybe even meets a lady. Things begin to turn for the city of New York. We have Carnage going on killing sprees, killing dozens of people, going into police stations, killing all the police officers. The city goes into a panic, similar to the Maximum Carnage storyline, but without all of the magic and stuff like that. But the city begins to go into a panic, rioting and things like that. Spider-Man tries to fight Carnage and ends up having to run away due to him almost being killed. The Silver Sable is called in. She's a military woman, and she comes in, and she and her troops try to fight Carnage, and they end up having to run away, almost being killed. So then she reorganizes and she realizes that she needs help in order to defeat Carnage. So she gets the help of Spider-Man, and Spider-Man gets the help of Black Cat. So with everything that's been happening in the city, Venom wants to make a difference and he goes out to kill Carnage. With Carnage being his son, he has a connection to him via the symbiote, so he knows exactly where he is. He goes to confront Carnage, beats the mess out of him, is about to defeat him when the Silver Sable and her troops, being led by Spider-Man and Black Cat, intervene and they attack Carnage and Venom. This attack allows Carnage to get away and Venom goes into an angry rampage against the Silver Sable and her troops, killing a lot of her troops, defeating Silver Sable, defeating Spider-Man, and defeating Black Cat. He then runs away angry and upset, feeling as if he cannot do anything right, feeling as if the world just does not want him there, because no matter what he does, no matter how much good he wants to do, tries to do, it is never, ever, ever seen as a good act. Eddie Brock then tries to get rid of the symbiote, but he cannot because the symbiote has bonded to him, and without it, he becomes sick. This could either be a nod to him having cancer and the symbiote being the thing that is the cure and helping him live, or it could be something as if he is so addicted that his body cannot survive without the symbiote. As time goes on, Spider-Man ends up having to ask Venom for his assistance to fight Carnage, along with Silver Sable, he, and the Black Cat. Now, Eddie Brock cannot stand Spider-Man. He cannot stand him. And the fact that he's being asked to help really makes him mad because he does not want to help Peter Parker at all. And we see throughout the movie why he does not like Peter Parker, and the way that it's framed is so that we understand as the audience, and we don't like Peter Parker either. We completely understand why Venom does not like him, but Venom ends up having to help out Peter Parker, help out the city of New York, help out Spider-Man for the greater good, showing that Venom is not evil. And they would end up fighting Carnage all together, and Venom would be the sole person that is able to defeat Carnage. And that would be the film. That would be the film. And in this film, we would introduce a number of different characters. We would introduce Silver Sable, as I said, Black Cat, Spider-Man. Spider-Man would have a wife. There'd be so many different things that you can go from this. So many different routes that you can take from this, because Sony wants to have their own Spider-Man universe, and this is the perfect way to do it. So, what do you guys think about this rough outline of a plot? What do you guys think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you have a different idea? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, thank you guys for watching. Share this video around with all of your friends. My social networks are down there. Stay tuned to my next video. Subscribe. That way you can know when my next video comes out. Well, hit the little bell thing. That way you can know, because then you'll get a notification whenever I post a video. I thank you all for watching. If you're new, subscribe. Again, like video if you'd like it. Dislike if you don't. Have a good one. Peace out. Peace.